Ray, have you ever told a lie?
Absolutely no.
Me neither.
Great, so we're both liars.
Agreed. And the following statement is true.
Jeff's preceding statement was false.
Okay, so we could pretty much do this all day.
It doesn't mean we should, though.
No, I agree. So we didn't come to the Peacedale section of South Kingstown, Rhode Island, just to tell some lies.
Good, because that would feel like a wasted trip.
No, we are here looking for the devil.
This isn't our first time looking for the devil in New England.
Right.
This isn't even our first time looking for the devil in Rhode Island.
No, there's the devil's footprint in North Kingstown, not too far from here.
Right. I guess the devil gets around the Ocean State.
He does. So we're in South Kingstown because they say a local liar named Richard Corey once drew the ire of the devil. Hey, I'm Jeff Belanger, and welcome to episode 239 of the New England Legends podcast. If you give us about 10 minutes, we'll give you something strange to talk about today.
And I'm Ray Auger. Thanks for joining us on our mission to chronicle every legend in New England one story at a time. We're a community of legend seekers who love sharing the strange tales that make New England like no other place on earth. We love when you get involved. There's so many ways you can help. Reach out to us with your story ideas, join our super secret Facebook group, and help spread the word about our show. The more people listening, the more legends that come in from every corner of the Northeast.
Now, before we go looking for Richard Corey, an old scratch, we want to take just a minute to tell you about our sponsor, Nuati Herbals.
Spring is just about here.
It is.
It's time to get outside again, work in the yard, and be more active. I'm already starting the spring cleanup in my yard.
Right.
When my muscles get sore, I reach for Indian Blanket Balm and Indian Blanket Oil by Nuati Herbals.
Made with all natural ingredients like cayenne, cinnamon bark, cloves, ginger root, menthol, and more, Indian Blanket Balm soothes away those aches and pains.
Taking care of yourself is critical. Do it from the outside with balms and oils made from Mother Earth. And do it from the inside with the all-natural teas made by Nuati Herbals. You've been hearing about Nuati Herbals for a while now. And it's the perfect time to try them if you haven't. Or place that reorder. Please support the people who are supporting us.
Let Nuati Herbals help support your healthy lifestyle. Check out the Nuati Herbals website to see all their great products. And of course, you legendary listeners get 20% off your order when you use the promo code LEGENDS20 at checkout. Visit NuatiHerbals.com. That's Nuwati Herbals with an S.com.
Okay, Jeff, so we're in South Kingstown, Rhode Island, looking for the devil and a liar?
We're actually looking for a pair of liars. Legendary liars, as a matter of fact. These guys couldn't seem to tell the truth. And when people lie as much as these two, well, the devil is bound to take notice.
Then let's head back to the year 1816 and meet these liars. It's the summer of 1816 here in South Kingstown, Rhode Island. Though don't let the name of the season confuse you, because 1816 so far has been the year without a summer.
This year has been devastating for everyone. So far this year, it's snowed every single month, including April, May, and June. And though there's no snow in July, there have been frosts killing most of the crops and making life difficult for everyone.
Though the weather has everyone down, you still need to keep a sense of humor. Without that, what have you got?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where Paris Gardner comes in. He's a funny guy. Folks like to have him around, but he's known to tell whoppers. He lies all the time. It's almost a compulsion.
Still, he's witty enough that he's asked to join the Little Rest Club of Goodfellows, which is a fraternal organization. Before being allowed to join, the president of the club teases Paris about being such a confirmed liar that he couldn't speak the truth even if he tried.
Would you want to bet on that?
Paris Gardner asks the club president, to which the president replied he was willing to bet a quarter. Gardner matches this quarter and says,
I can lie, and I can speak the truth. But to tell the truth, I would rather lie than speak the truth.
The members of Little Rest Club of Goodfellows enjoy a good laugh and unanimously agree that Paris Gardner just won the bet. The club president shakes his hand and presents Gardner with his certificate of membership.
The following day and across town, a man named Richard Corey is walking home from work. He takes his usual route through Wilson's Woods, about a half-mile north of old Benny Rodman's mill.
Richard has walked this path many times. He told some of his friends that he once saw a black snake more than 20 feet long, with a carbuncle on his head as big as a tea kettle. But no one believed him.
What's with these guys telling these tall tales? So Richard's path takes him right through the middle of a black circle that's about 50 feet across. It's likely this was a coal-burning pit, but in the light of the dusk, it just looks creepy.
Suddenly, a horned monster leaps out of the shadows. It looks almost like a black bull. This monster grabs Richard by the waist.
I am the devil. I have come to take you to hell because you are such an abominable liar.
Richard pleads with the beast to let him go. He promises if he's released, he'll never lie again. All he asks for is one more chance to prove it. But the devil won't hear it. He drags Richard out to the Great Swamp, just to the east of Wilson Woods. And just when Richard thinks he's about to get sucked down to hell, the devil strikes a bargain.
If you can bring me a bigger liar than yourself to the devil's ring tomorrow night, I will spare you. But if you fail to find a bigger liar than yourself, your punishment in hell will be all the worse. Can you think of a bigger liar than yourself?
Richard says he can. There's one man who's a bigger liar than himself, and that would be old Paris Gardner, who lives at the foot of Teff's Hill.
The devil lets Richard go. On the promise, he'll return tomorrow night with a bigger liar.
Richard has an idea on how to lure Paris Gardner to that black circle in the woods, the place they call the Devil's Ring.
Now, everyone around these parts know there are plenty of stories of buried pirate treasure in the region. Captain Kidd buried his booty all over the eastern seaboard. They say he'd bury one of his men alive with the treasure so his spirit could guard it. And while that may sound like a favorite legend, it wasn't that long ago that Jim Wilson claimed a dream led him to dig and find a heap of gold buried in the woods named after him.
Richard's idea is to tell Paris that he was digging for treasure in Wilson's woods and found some bones on a chest, that a dream led him to the spot where he should dig. But once he found the bones, he panicked. The following day, Richard tells Paris if he'll come to the woods tonight and move the bones for him, he'll split the treasure 50-50.
I will not go with you, Richard. Everyone knows you're a liar. I bet you're making the whole thing up. Nobody can believe a word you say.
Richard walks away with his head down. While Paris has a good laugh as he glances over at the bullhide he wore the night before when he put the fear of the devil into poor Richard Corey.
Now, when dusk falls the following evening, Richard does not return to the Devil's Ring in Wilson's Woods. In fact, he takes a much longer route home. They say he never cut through Wilson's Woods again and did his level best to speak the truth the rest of his days. And that brings us back to today.
Man, Paris Gardner sounds like quite the jerk.
I know, right? A compulsive liar, prankster, but he left enough of a mark on South Kingstown that this story made it into the 1915 book Reminiscences of Narragansett Schools of Former Days by Thomas Robinson Hazard. It's a book we've turned to before.
Now, it's worth mentioning that the year 1816 was called the year without a summer. Temperatures were in the 40s in July and August, as far south as Connecticut.
Yeah, crops failed. Some farmers gave up and headed west for greener pastures and an easier life. And when crops fail, there's a domino effect of plight. People go hungry. Politicians are voted out of office because we need to blame somebody. And maybe the folks of Rhode Island turn to something they can count on. Stories.
Mark Twain once wrote, "A lie can travel around the world and back again while the truth is lacing up its boots."
Twain also wrote, if you tell the truth, you don't ever have to remember anything.
Why is it so hard for some people to just tell the truth?
I used to work with a guy who lied all the time. Even when he didn't have to, about stuff that really didn't matter. I could drive by a burger place, see him eating his lunch outside, and later that day I'd say, hey, I saw you at that new burger place when I drove by. How was it? And he'd say, well, no, that wasn't me. But I saw you. I saw your car. He'd say, no, it wasn't me. I don't get it. Who cares? Except some people have a compulsion to lie, like our friend Paris Gardner.
And when you tell enough lies, people understand you have to pay a consequence for that, either in this life or the afterlife. Enter the devil.
Right. Even if you think you got away with a lie, the devil knows. Which must be why Paris Gardner went after poor Richard Corey. I guess in the end, the devil hates competition.
And when you bring up the devil, everyone gets nervous by default.
Yeah, so true. Hey, we're sometimes known by the company we keep. And the company we keep is our Patreon patrons. For just $3 per month, this group of insiders get early access to new episodes, plus bonus episodes and content that no one else gets to hear. Would appreciate your help. Just head over to patreon.com/New England Legends to sign up.
Please do us a favor and post a review for us on Apple Podcasts. It takes just a second to do, and it really helps others discover our show.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Nuwadi Herbals. Thank you to Michael Legge for lending his voice acting talent this week. And our theme music is by John Judd.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Pants on fire. Yes. Liars. That guy I worked with, lied all the time.
I know a few people like that.
Yeah.
Where it made no sense.
Right.
And like you said, you caught him at a restaurant you saw with your own eyes.
Yeah,
that he was there.
eating lunch. Like he.
How do you get out of that?
I don't care that you were there or not there. Like it's
Sure.
not like he was supposed to be somewhere else. Like it was your lunch hour.
There was no reason to lie.
None.
Just he enjoys lying.
And so it occurred to me there were some people. Like Mark Twain said it, right? If you just tell the truth all the time, you don't have to remember any stories. You
Right.
just tell the truth. But I think the strangely, the inverse of that also works. If you just lie all the time, people just come to expect it of you.
Sure.
And they just know, like, oh, well, don't believe a word you say. And boy, we live in a time where truth is under assault. Right?
Why be honest?
Yeah, true. And you know what phrase makes me absolutely insane? My truth.
My truth?
Right.
Yeah, this
no,
is my truth? No,
That's-
I need the truth.
No, my truth, that means opinion.
Yeah,
right. My truth is that chocolate tastes better than vanilla.
Yeah.
No, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Right?
What happened to the word opinion? Why
Yeah.
isn't that good enough?
No, that's my truth, Ray.
Right.
Chocolate's better than vanilla. And you're like, come on, man. Like, my truth, stop it.
Is that maybe one way to stop an argument? People will say, period. My
Right.
truth, period.
Yeah, my truth. Like I believe this to my core that chocolate, is better flavor than vanilla. And to my vanilla friends out there, I'm just using an
You're
example.
not endorsing one or the other.
Please, I don't need the hate mail. Like, how dare you like chocolate better than vanilla? They're both fine flavors. They really are.
Yeah. Well, that's your truth. You stick with your truth.
There's good people on both sides who like chocolate and vanilla. So it's
I prefer the swirl myself. So,
the swirl.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's my truth.
And
the swirl is the
that's
best.
Your in the summer, like the swirl. Of,
Yeah.
You know what?
Get a little bit of everything.
That's kind of my go-to as well, on the soft serve. Yeah, absolutely.
This could speak to so many different aspects of our personality and beliefs, by the way, when you just, I enjoy this swirl.
swirl.
What does that say about
right
you?
down the middle,
Yeah.
right? I'm the right down the middle kind of guy. No, but that's the funny thing is that because everybody's just like, oh, fake news. This is truth, and that's not truth, and truth is what I want it to be, and we've sort of lost our way. Because there's no consequence for lying anymore.
Well, I think when we open up the newspaper, turn on the TV, and everyone's lying on the, extreme sides.
Yeah, right.
Then it gives us license to lie as well.
Right.
Well, if the government's lying to us about this, I'll lie about being at that restaurant. What does it matter? President's lying to me all the time. I'm not saying which president.
Right.
I'm just saying
They've
president in
they've
general.
all told a few.
Right, exactly. So if he can do it,
Right.
or she,
Right.
then we should be able to.
And plus, did you know that 87.5% of statistics are made up?
You just made that up,
I
didn't
might
you?
have just made that up. But you know,
It's so true.
It's so that's
you gotta
my
dig.
truth.
You
Yeah.
look at different sources
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
right.
find the common denominator.
Yeah.
People don't do that.
No.
They read their lie from their lying source, and that's what they believe.
What I like about this story is that it harkens back to a time when your reputation really was everything.
Sure.
Because, and your reputation is still super important today, but we're lost in a crowd.
Well, there's a lot of noise now, yeah.
A lot of noise. If you live in a small town where there's maybe a few hundred people, right? If one person, that's Paris Gardner. He's a total liar.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that you live with that, right? I mean, you don't get out of that easily.
Right.
There's Richard Corey. He's a liar. That just follows you.
You're branded.
You're branded
for life.
Yeah. Oh,
Even if you start telling the truth and being honest.
right. And the consequence is like, okay, so Richard Corey wants to do business with you. He wants to trade some goods or services. And you're like, oh, you're that liar. You're not to be trusted. You're going to pay a premium. You will literally be punished in real time for your lying. Whereas today, you're kind of not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the people who agree with your lies follow you on social media, right?
You're a hero to them.
If it's their brand of lying, then, like, yay, opinion, right? We got to stop with using the word truth when we mean opinion.
It is funny because those particular posts will get thousands of likes and comments, but my post about, hey, there's a fundraiser down the street where we're raising money for these kids 2 likes.
Yeah.
That's it. Nobody cares
One of
about
them's
that.
me, by the way, out of pity.
Thank you. People care about the lies. They care about
Yeah.
the glitz and glamour that comes with a good lie.
So, and we live in a time where on social media, a lie fires us up. When
Yeah.
someone's like, hey, 87.6% of people think this. And you're like, that's not true.
It's
It can't
45.
be true. It's like, whatever. And so now we get fired up and we're going to engage. And we live in a time where engagement and attention is the currency.
Yeah.
Not the truth. The truth doesn't even matter. The truth is irrelevant. It's just what gets your attention.
Yep.
And a strong lie where you're like, that can't be true. I'm going to argue about this. They just won.
So if you're a social media manager, then your best course of action is to lie to get interaction from your followers.
Right. Yeah. This car we're selling at our car dealership will travel beyond light speed.
Once it hits 88 miles per hour,
you
it'll
can
travel back in time.
You can travel back in time, forward in time.
Think of all the comments you would get.
Yeah.
And the likes and the dislikes.
You can't. You're lying. No, it's my truth.
Yeah.
You're like, and come on down.
Keep coming at me on social media because the numbers are getting bigger and bigger and it's reaching more people.
And all I care about is attention.
We're on to something there, I think.
We are just revealing the truth, which is not even my truth.
I think we should start saying that all of these legends are indeed actual fact. They are our truth.
Our truth.
Yeah, these are real things that really happened.
Oh, my gosh.
We should stand behind, especially the monsters.
Right.
We've heard other stories about the devil.
Yeah, tons of stories all over New England. I mean, so the devil, we've named tons of locations after the devil. There's places all over. I actually started a new lecture program called The Devil in New England.
You're a liar. Did you?
I really did.
Oh, nice.
So, no, that's true.
I assume everyone's lying. I'm sorry.
Damn it. So, no, I've already given it once. It's scheduled for a few more libraries already this year. And it was born from doing this podcast where I was like, geez, Ray, like the devil comes up a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, how many devil footprints? There's devil footprints in Maine.
Sure.
There's North Kingstown, which we mentioned in this episode. And then there's like the Devil's Bean Pot. Remember that one?
Yeah.
In New Hampshire. And like Devil's Foot Road and Devil's everything, right? We're obsessed with him. And I think part of that is kind of like our puritanical roots, where we need him to sort of keep our moral compass in check.
Right.
Unless you spread your lies enough to get enough social media followers that you have endorsements and suddenly your lies are
I'm doing it all wrong.
paying. We are. What are we doing wrong?
All right, Jeff. Well, hey, until next time.
Remember, the bizarre is closer than you think.
Right.
Right.
Stepped all over you.
All
Sorry.
over it.